Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Chef Vic Cuisine. Today we're making an autumn soup. Perfect for the fall season, this autumn soup is hearty and filled with so many layers of flavor. And what's really good about it is that it serves an entire family. So let's get started. So to get things started, we're going to prepare all the ingredients. Starting off, we're going to need one large butternut squash. And with that, you want to peel off the outer layer of the squash first. And once that's done, we want to chop it in half. And always be careful when working with a butternut squash, as they are pretty tough to cut through. So just be careful as you work your way through cutting this up. But once it's cut in half, you want to scoop out the seeds from the inside of both halves. And what I like to do is flip them and cut along the length of both halves of the butternut squash to create about 1 to 2 inch thick slices. And then taking your knife again, doubling back on those slices and dicing them up into about 2-inch pieces. Oh, and here's an additional tip for this recipe. In order to make peeling the squash really easy, microwave it for about 30 seconds. And that'll really help with peeling the skin off the squash. Next up, we're going to need one small yellow onion. And for that, you want to chop off the root and the stem of the onion, as well as peeling off the outer layer. And here, we just want to roughly chop it into likewise 2-inch size pieces. So I like to cut along the length of the onion first, and then double back and cut a couple times into the thickness. But there's really no need to be precise in this cut, so keep that in mind as you proceed through this recipe. Next up for this recipe, we're also going to need 3 medium-sized carrots. And with those, you just want to chop off the roots and make sure they're all peeled. And we're going to come back and chop those up later. We're also going to need 3 garlic cloves. And for those, you want to take the blunt end of your knife and smash them to make the outer peel easy to remove. And once that's removed, you just want to roughly chop your garlic and set it aside alongside the rest of the vegetables. And now for the carrots, you also want to aim for cutting about 2-inch long pieces. Hey everybody, just wanted to drop in real quick to say I appreciate you all watching the video thus far. I hope you're enjoying it. And if you are, make sure you smash that like button for me. It'll really help boost this video's and YouTube's algorithm so that more people can see this recipe. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon to be notified when my next video drops. And stay tuned until the end of this video for a sneak peek of the recipe coming next week. Now in a large stock pot, you want to add in your diced squash, followed by your diced onions, the diced carrots, as well as the diced garlic. Now also into the pot, you want to add 2 tablespoons worth of light brown sugar, 1 generous teaspoon of salt, very important, so make sure you don't skip that. You're also going to add 8 ounces worth of canned pumpkin puree, half a teaspoon of black pepper, as well as half a teaspoon of cinnamon. And for added flavor, we're going to add a pinch of nutmeg, as well as a pinch of cayenne pepper. Finally, let's add 3.5 cups worth of vegetable broth. Now you want to turn the stove to high heat, or 450 degrees Fahrenheit, or 232 degrees Celsius, and bring the pot to a quick simmer, stirring the mix occasionally. And once it's simmering, you want to turn the stovetop to medium-low heat, or 249 degrees Fahrenheit, or 120 degrees Celsius, and allow this to simmer for 2 hours covered. And after that 2 hours, you want to mash the vegetables and allow it to simmer for 1 more hour, this time turning the stovetop to low heat, or 225 degrees Fahrenheit, or 107 degrees Celsius, for the last 20 minutes. And now after simmering, you want to transfer these ingredients to a high-powered blender and blend them on high for about 1 minute to create a puree. And once your puree is formed, you want to add in half a cup of canned coconut milk. And now you want to pulse that mix a few times until it's all well incorporated. Pour your soup into your bowl of choice, and I like adding a little salt and pepper to your own personal taste. And for garnishment choices, I like adding on black pepper, cinnamon, and my personal favorite, pumpkin seeds. And with that, your autumn soup is ready to be served and enjoyed. And just like that, you've made the ultimate fall-themed soup. This is perfect for those colder nights when you need something to warm your body, feed plenty, or even use as a meal prep option. This is a really hearty soup, so a little goes a long way, and I can't wait for you guys to try this at home. Be sure to tag me at Chef Vic Cuisine or hashtag Chef Vic Cuisine so I can see all of your great takes on this recipe. As always, this recipe and many more can be found in my cookbook, Chef Vic Cuisine Volume 3, Upgrading Your Inner Chef. And that's available on Amazon, and I'll be sure to leave a link to that in my description box. And feel free to click the pop-up on your screen for more information on that as well. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this soup recipe, and if you did, make sure to smash that like button for me. It's one of the best ways to show support for this channel. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Victor, and welcome to Chef Vic Cuisine. I like to create new recipes each and every week that you can make at home for yourself, your family, or your friends. So if that sounds interesting to you, make sure to hit that subscribe button too. And sharing is caring, so if you enjoyed this video and think someone else will too, feel free to share this with all your family and friends. And stay tuned for next week, where we have the ultimate recipe for Thanksgiving, a whole roasted turkey. So if you've never cooked a turkey before, this should be your go-to recipe from now on. It is really delicious, and it creates a flavorful, mouth-watering turkey from the white meat all the way to the dark meat. So I'm really excited to post that one next week. Well, thank you all so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. Your support means the world to me. Check out more recipes on my page now. YouTube thinks you'll like this video, so let's see if they're right. And I'll see you next time on another episode of Chef Vic Cuisine. And until then, peace.